Yeah.
Really?
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just need to not be like goofing around. Yeah, cool. Oh, this is scary now. Wait. Oh, good. My time at school was both good and bad. The best parts were my friends probably, and the social group I had, and them really holding me down through the whole experience.
Ooh, my time at school was pretty bad because I distanced myself from a lot of teachers. You know, I wasn't a good kid, so they didn't really want to spend their time on me. And so I kind of cut myself out of my own school life typically.
I was an average student, so I wasn't great, but I wasn't terrible. That kind of left me in a place where I was a little bit forgotten about, I guess. I was just kind of the kid in class that didn't really matter too much to anybody. They ended up me having a big opportunity to kind of do my own thing most of the time.
I left school mostly because it was not the best place for me and I had a better role to go to.
I left school because I knew that what I wanted to do in my life in the future had nothing to do with the education I was currently getting at school. And that's just how I felt. That's how I was at the time when I was there. And the only thing that I was passionate about at school was my art, and that's carried through into my life today. I left school because I knew that staying for any longer wasn't going to help me be where I want to be later in life. I'd prefer to find my own path instead of follow the same path that everyone else was on. To be honest, the school's response to me leaving didn't come as a surprise.
The majority of my teachers were pretty happy really. When they asked me if I was actually leaving, they were quite, proud that I was going because they had realized they had stepped me into a working position most of the time.
Most of my teachers and leaders at school, I think they saw it in me that I wasn't passionate about anything that was happening there. I think once they saw that I was signing out and I had to get them to sign all my forms, they were a little bit happy for me knowing that I was going to go and do my own thing and figure out what I really wanted.
Do I regret leaving? Looking back, not really. It was kind of a space where I didn't feel myself and I didn't have my own self-motive yet.
No, I don't regret my decision leaving school. I think it was best for me at the time and I'm grateful for who it made me today.
Dang, the term dropout.
The term dropout generally has negative connotations. Naturally, you associate it with someone who isn't going to do anything with their life, who's just going to kind of bum around and do nothing. But there are so many really famous or just really incredibly talented people that have dropped out before. And that's where it starts, because it's these kind of people that are kind of made to feel like they need to fit in to a certain standard or a certain way of life.
Dang, the term dropout is more of something that I think I'm pretty proud about having. I know a lot of dropouts who put their life further by leaving school and having a bit of street education, having a bit of environment education. I think dropout is just kind of a harsh word for some other people maybe, but a lot of the time dropout is quite a push for me to do better.
That's the reason why dropout is so negative to some people, is because if you drop out, you're meant to feel like that's the wrong decision. But to me, I think dropout has room for opportunity and room for growth in your own way and to find your own road to success. After I left, I went to university the year after.
I basically went to working full time.
I studied graphic design for a year.
I had a role open for me at Bordertown and that was the shop I really wanted to work at. And so I left and took that role as basically my new beginning. My leaving of school was basically pushing me into an actual work time.
Naturally, I went to uni because that seemed like the best idea, but again, I found that that wasn't for me either. What it really taught me is that what I want to do in my life is going to be on my own terms and I'm going to have to put in the work to get there. So after school, that's what I did. I went to uni and I tried. And in the end, it taught me who I really want to be.
What does happiness mean to you?
Majority of the time for me, happiness is finding myself in an environment that I had never imagined being there, and knowing that somewhere I took the right path to finding that spot.
Happiness to me means feeling peaceful and feeling comfortable with who you are, and know that you're confident in your future and in yourself. And happiness is not something that you can achieve. It's not something you get to. It's something you've already got, and that happens to you in the smallest moments of every day. It's really important that people remember that. And that it doesn't normally have to be those big events or those big milestones that you reach that will make you happy. It should be the path to that makes you happy. Because if you can find happiness in the process, then whatever you do in life, you will always be content. Because it's not always about the destination, it's not always about where you end up. It's about what happens in the middle that really makes or breaks a person. So happiness is never the whole picture. It's the small segments that make up everything that happens.
And sometimes it can feel lost, and sometimes you can feel like you're just drained from doing all the work that you had to do. But when I really find that spot, it's my happy spot. It's, I don't know, the stars at the night, the moon in the sky. It's the happiest place I could be. So happiness is just a whole bunch of things. That majority of the time it's finishing what I started.
Yay, we